Our topic for the day is Olaf by Jeffrey Archer. Jeffrey Archer, through this extract, tries to tell us the meaningful life wherein we are into a constant competition with each other. But he tries to give us a very sweet message that two mutual people, out of their mutual consent for a competition in their life, eventually sow the seeds of love, get married, and live a very happy and a stupendous life of great competitions. Yes, this is the story of Olaf by Jeffrey Archer. Let's have a look at the summary and the points. William and Philippa at New College for Scholarship. Well, William and Philippa are the two prime characters of this extract, and they move on to a new college for scholarship contest to be held in the city. They, in their 30s, maybe mid 30s, actually get down to a competition with each other. Charles Odham Shakespeare Prize Contest. Well, according to this contest, they had to submit an essay of 2,500 each and would have won a prize of Charles Odham Shakespeare. Moving on, death of Philippa's father. The third point indicates the death of Philippa's father. 3 days prior to the submission of the script of the competition, Philippa is found there to ask about the results, and in the due course she is found weeping badly by William. William, out of concern, goes and asks Philippa about why is she weeping, and she in a really haggard position. Then she explains that it is her father, who was working as a priest, died of cancer and did not even tell Philippa so that she did not distract herself from her studies. Moving on, William and Philippa travel together. William and Philippa travel to Philippa's hometown to do the last rites of their father. Eventually, William's proposal for marriage. William eventually proposes Philippa for marriage, and on this onset of a condition wherein Philippa demands the Charles Odham Shakespeare Prize to be won by William himself. Eventually, William and Philippa both win the prize and they set on for a happy married life. There is a twist when everything is going subtle in life. They face the right armory here. Now let us go through the summary again and see what do we have in precise. The story Old Love by Jeffrey Archer brings out the fact that two old acquaintances, maybe out of mutual rivalry and competition, can sow seeds of love so deep that they may decide to tie nuptial knot and live a life of stupendous accomplishments. Jeffrey Archer is well known for his novels of intrigue, deceit and mystery. Old Love, one of his short stories from the collected short stories, does not fit into the category and could even be described as predictable, but whilst reading it, the reader can't help but want to read on just to make sure that what is expected really does happen. The suspense is fitting and delights the reader as they hated each other from the moment they met, sets the reader up for a love story that many recognize as characteristic of their own lives. Passion comes in many forms, and it is almost preordained that although opposites attract, so do those that are extremely passionate about their craft or profession. Hence, the unromantic characters of William and Philippa allow a very believable story to develop. After their marriage, the passion continues, but on a completely different level, as the fierce competition that fueled their complete dislike of each other matures into a mutual admiration, ensuring that the reader does not become bored with the inevitability of it but relishes it. The fact that the names meant to discredit each other as they competed are the same names used as pet names after they fall in love, being that the silly woman and that arrogant man cements the story. The subtle characteristics of a love story are present in Old Love, as Philippa is the vicar's daughter. William is the hero who comforts her in her loss. He is also the one who runs out of gas, as Philippa remarks. It is no small mystery, William, how you could have managed a first-class honors degree in English when you can't even read a gas gauge. Therefore, to describe Old Love as a love story that transcends time is appropriate because the elements of a good love story are present, recognizable, and add their own romanticism to the story. The shock at the end when William shoots himself, although horrific, is for him as strange as it is may seem. A romantic gesture. Readers across cultures and generations can recognize intense love like this, and it will never be out of date, and love is an old-fashioned concept in this fast, convenient world, and hopefully a story like this can remind some to make time or even recognize it. Now we will discuss the two invariant characters of William Hatchard and Philippa. Character sketch. William Hatchard argues with confidence, engaged in rivalry with Philippa, spirit of competition, diligent and sharp in studies, wins Charles Odom, gets Alpha plus, sympathy for Philippa at her father's death, accompanies her to the funeral, goes with her for lunch, gets married, sad after Philippa's death, can't bear the loss and separation and kills himself. Philippa works hard to win Charles Odom, takes guidance from her tutor, works with competitive spirit, attractive and slim, high-pitched voice, wins Charles Odom, gets Alpha plus, gets sympathy and company of William at her father's death, sheds hatred for Williams, marries William and dies of a heart attack which is another cause for William's death. This was all for Old Love by Jeffrey Archer. All the very best for your exams.